In recent weeks, former league MVP and perennial All-Star center Joel Embiid has been at the center of significant locker room controversies impacting both his personal reputation and the team dynamics. Now, these incidents have raised questions about player media relations, internal team cohesion, and most importantly, his leadership. Now, back on November 2nd, following a loss to the Memphis Grizzlies at home, Joel Embiid confronted Philadelphia Inquirer columnist Marcus Hayes in the locker room. Now, this confrontation stemmed from a column that Hayes had written, which criticized Embiid's professionalism, and it referenced his late brother and young son. Now, Joel Embiid got visibly upset behind this, verbally confronted Hayes, and during the exchange, he shoved him. Now, this led to an NBA investigation, and he got a 3-game suspension behind that. Now, I stand behind Joel Embiid when it comes to that particular incident because, again, you can criticize a player for his performance and his leadership, but what you do not do is bring someone's family into it, and especially if the man has a dead brother. So that columnist for the Philadelphia Inquirer was way out of line for that. He was definitely way out of line for that. Now, following the team's poor start to the season, veteran guard Kyle Lowry, and he is a Philadelphia native, called the players' only meeting to address the internal issues. Now, during this meeting, guard Tyrese Maxey reportedly criticized Joel Embiid for his habitual tardiness to team activities, suggesting it affected team morale and performance. Now, the details of this meeting were leaked to the media, leading Joel Embiid to express his frustration over the breach of trust within the team. So Joel Embiid is more upset that a report got out about his leadership style and his tardiness, but he's not upset at himself for how he's conducting himself as a professional. But he did so much for the city, though, except deliver a championship. Now, mind you, he has never played in the conference finals, let alone the NBA finals. So, if I said this once, I said it 1,000 times. Over time, when you peel back the onion, you will get a glimpse of what led to the shortcomings of the former league MVP and perennial All-Star. He is not on the list of greatest centers of all time. I'm sorry. But then again, I'm not sorry. He's just not. When you have a guy who's been in the league a few years versus a man who's been in the league now going almost a decade, if not over a decade. And he told us to trust the process, right? And yet year after year after year, keep coming up short in the playoffs, whether it be to the Boston Celtics, whether it be to the Toronto Raptors or whoever, right? He told us to trust the process. What's up, Gideon? Ted, salute to y'all. And yet, the more the Philadelphia 76ers underachieve, the more we have reasons to not trust the process. I mean, we changed personnel in the front office. We've changed coaches, right? Because it was Brett Brown, then it was Doc Rivers. Now he had Nick Nurse. And through all these changes in personnel, through all the changes in coaches, through all the changes in the front office, Joel Embiid has been the common denominator for everything related to the Philadelphia 76ers within the past decade. So, my question to Joel Embiid is, who's the real piece of shit? Who's the real piece of shit that you're Your leadership style is coming into question. You being called out by your own teammates over your lack of professionalism. You're supposed to be the unquestioned leader on the Philadelphia 76ers. You're supposed to be the face of the franchise, and yet you can't even get yourself together to show up on time for team meetings. Because you're the superstar, you can do whatever the fuck you want, right? And then you got these other players seeing this, and they feel they can do the same thing. If I said this once, I said it 1,000 times on this channel. The fish rots from the head down. And we supposed to put you in the same category as a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Shaquille O'Neal? Are you out of your fucking mind? Ain't no way in hell. There's no way in hell I'm going to put Joel Embiid in the same category as these other past greats. There's no way in hell I'm doing that. And we got to stop comparing these players who don't got it to yesterday's players that have done it, and they've done it consistently. Joel Embiid has never played in the conference finals, let alone the NBA finals, but yeah, he's supposed to be an all-time great. Are we serious right now? This man literally campaigned for an MVP. Often hurt, perennial playoff choke artist, and now we know why he's a perennial playoff choke artist. The guy don't got no accountability to himself. So if he don't have no accountability himself, how do I expect him to put accountability on the team? If he's showing up late to team meetings and showing up late to team practice, how you can hold somebody else accountable for showing up on time? Change starts from within. And in my opinion, he's worn out his welcome in Philadelphia. I think the 76ers really need to look at trading this guy. I really do. Now, the Sixers have a 2-12 record. Obviously, they've struggled, right? Paul George stayed hurt, hyperextended his knee, and this only compounded the team's challenges. Despite these setbacks, odds makers are still expecting the 76ers to make the playoffs. And the reason why these odds makers and these prognosticators are still expecting the Philadelphia 76ers to make the playoffs is because other teams in the Eastern Conference has underperformed as well. Now, these incidents highlight the complexities of player-media relationships and the importance of internal team cohesion. Embiid's altercation with Hayes underscores the need for mutual respect and professionalism, while the leaked team meeting points to potential trust issues within the organization. Now, my thing is, how would that stuff get leaked if the person didn't get that information from somebody on the inside? So who's the person that provided that information to the beat writer to where the beat writer then leaks this report out to the media? So again, Joel Embiid, you're putting your energy in the wrong spot. Who's the real piece of shit? Huh? That's my question. Who's the real piece of shit? You got to do better and be better if the Sixers are going to take this next step and for you to realize a dream. How can Allen Iverson do a lot with a little and yet you do a little with a lot? Huh? That's my question. You want to be revered like Allen Iverson, right? Allen Iverson is a legend in Sixers lore. That man did a little. That man did a lot with a little. This man was the 76ers team that played Kobe Bryant in the NBA Finals had no business being there. That team had no business in the NBA Finals in 2001. And that man put that team and city on his back. And carried that team to the damn finals. Yeah, you getting all-stars, you getting coaches that won championships, and yet you still can't get out this damn second round. Make it make sense. So no, I don't trust the process. Even if Philadelphia somehow pulls their heads out of their asses and they're able to rebound and get themselves back in the get themselves back on track, I don't have no faith in the Philadelphia 76ers because I've seen this movie before. I've seen this movie many times when it comes to the Philadelphia 76ers. They're going to make the playoffs, and then Paul George is going to be having one of his playoff meltdowns, and Joel Embiid is going to have one of his playoff meltdowns, right? Because, again, birds of a feather flock together. We've seen it with Ben Simmons. We've seen it with James Harden. Paul George ain't no different. Nick Nurse is starting to become a damn fraud in his own right. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the matter. You guys let me know what y'all think about this. If you're not subscribing to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Shouts out to the LDBC. If you want to donate to the channel, there's the Cash App, there's the PayPal. Any and all donations are accepted and appreciated. This your man. Scream at me. Ho!